Fitzy and Whipper.
Friday night, great win over Geelong, and Buddy kicked his 1,000 goals. Didn't look like he was going to get there, only kicked one up until half-time, and then brought it home, 2 in the third, and in that final quarter with 5 minutes 55 to go,
Bang.
Buddy slots the 1,000 goal. This is where mayhem started. Everyone ran out of the oval. It was great scenes. Some of the photos are unbelievable. But behind the goals, this is where we need to focus on, because there were a group of mates there, and particularly one man by the name of Alex Wheeler who caught the ball. Here's some of the audio.
I've got the bill.
Let's get out of here. And that man joins us right now, Alex Wheeler.
Alex!
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Alex, let's go back to the moment. Buddy's lining up. You know that you're in sort of direct line behind the goals. Did it cross your mind before you marked it that you thought, I could be on here?
Oh, absolutely. I thought I was a big chance. There was a lot of people that had actually moved towards the fence, obviously, to storm. I thought, let's calm it here. It's just inside the 50, so a good punt will probably come about 10, 15 back to where we are. And, it came straight
And
for
it
me.
stuck in the hands and you couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe it hung into the paws, but there was a bit of a juggle as well, so it was a massive threat. And then obviously, head over tit into the concrete and on the ground, and was getting absolutely poleaxed on the ground. A couple in the ribs. There might have been maybe a bit of work on the melon as well. I'm not too sure, but it all happened so quickly.
Well, there was a couple of mums in front of you that were really concerned as well. Were they having a go at you, or were they worried about your face?
No, I think they were worried about my face.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why. It's a pretty rotten mug anyway, most of Australia's seen. So, they were pretty concerned about my welfare, which was nice.
Alex, when I was watching the footage and I saw you fall over the seats in front, then you stand up and you can't believe you've got the pill, I thought, stick it up your shirt now. Yeah. Stick it up your shirt. Someone's going to grab it or wrestle it off you. How did you and the ball leave the ground?
Yeah, so I actually went onto the ground, as I just mentioned to you guys earlier. Kingo, my mate, he said, mate, Wheelsy, let's get out on the field. So I managed to get out there, a couple of shimmies, handballs for myself.
So you went out there, Alex. You went out in the field with the ball.
Yeah. I did. I went out there. So I got a bit of action myself out on the field, which was nice. And then I ran into one of my other mates and explained the situation. He said, mate, you have got to get out of here.
Now.
And as all this was happening, a Cats fan's come over the top and tried to take the pill. And I said, not tonight, under the wing, and just hammer and tong, and I got out of there.
Now, okay, so, all right, now you've got out of the ground, you've got the ball. This is an unbelievable scenes. Where did everyone then, where did you meet, and what was the next plan of attack?
Yeah, so I obviously got out and then got onto Moore Park Road, and I was on my own. I was Han Solo, and anyways, there's a couple of Cubs that came past, and they didn't have the lights on.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble here. I'm very exposed.
Yeah.
And anyways, got one with a light, and I jumped in the cab, and he goes, "Where are you off to, mate?" And I said, "Queen's Park," and he goes, "Oh, surely you could walk that." And I said, "Oh, not tonight, mate." Anyways, and then they sort of all met up at my place, and we had a bit of a throw around with the footy and a laugh, and we ended up at the Robin Hood Hotel. But I got too paranoid and had to come back.
How funny, Alex. Where's the footy now? Go and get it. Go and get it. Go and get the magical pill.
He's going to get it. We need to ask. Oh, there it is.
Here it is, guys.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that.
Now, who have you had contact with from the footy club?
I've been speaking to Tom Harley. Tom actually came around to my house on Saturday night with a case of piss, which was unbelievable.
Is that right?
He is one of the nicest guys.
He's a legend.
So, yeah, he's a really, really good guy. So, yeah, he came around, we had a chat and whatever else. So, he brought his young guy around as well. So, it was
Jimmy Harley, who's a great footballer.
Jimmy Harley,
yes.
good man.
Yes.
Has anyone offered to buy it off you? I mean, I know the protocol says you've got to give it back to the footy club. Have you had any cash offers at this stage, Alex?
There has been a couple of floaters get around.
What are we talking?
Can't disclose that.
Now, Alex, what do you really want though? Like, do you want to have a chat to Buddy? I would want to have a chat to Buddy. Is Buddy?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm really keen to get in there and have a yarn with the big man, and obviously go through that moment. So that'll be awesome.
Well, it would make sense that you actually hand it back to Buddy personally, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so for sure. I think that makes sense.
What about Mum and Dad, Alex? Was there a moment where you're going, "You idiot! What are you doing? You're breaking the law here"?
Yeah, how about the old man? I'm from Dubbo originally, and he sort of suggested he was going to get on the next flight and come up and grab the pill and take it home. And I said, "Oh, you're joking, aren't you?" And anyways, no, he sort of suggested he wanted it for his birthday in October. But
Awesome.
I don't think that's happening.
So what other press are you doing today, mate? You got a full day of press? I mean, the last 48 hours must have been out of control.
There's a bit on. I'm beside myself. I've had barely any sleep, so I'll be probably crumbling at the presser later.
Now, the other thing as well that we've heard, we don't know if this is a whisper or not.
Yeah.
Have you got yourself a manager?
I've had someone looking after a couple of things, yeah.
Awesome.
Because, you know what, I couldn't handle it all on Saturday. I said, I just need someone I couldn't deal with it. I was a disgrace.
The Man Who Caught the Ball, a new book by Alex Wheeler.
Mate, have you watched back some of the photos and some of the vision, mate, of everyone out on the ground? It was one of the greatest sporting moments in Australian history. You were there for it. You grabbed the ball. Mate, to be a part of it, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys, and it's just awesome. I can't believe that I've been a part of it, and I can't wait to get it back to the club and to Buddy, and I hope it's something that everyone can treasure forever.
Mate, to think that you can go around for the rest of your life and say to anybody, I'm the guy who caught the ball.
Yeah.
Buddy's 1,000.
That is just awesome. Well played, son.
If anyone caught Plugger's ball when he kicked the record as well, but... Alex, well done, mate. Congratulations. And obviously, you're meeting up with the club tomorrow, aren't you? You're going down to the
Today,
club?
isn't it?
Yeah, today and tomorrow. So I think today's a bit of a presser with Buddy, and then get out in the oval tomorrow and kick the ball around to the boys. So.
And you're playing forward pocket this week. I think that was part of the deal as well. You're playing against the boys.
I did speak. Yeah, I spoke to Johnny Longmire yesterday, and he said he's happy to have me at full forward.
Bang, you're in. You've got it, mate. Retire, buddy.
Oh, Alex Wheeler, mate, that is magnificent. Well done. Thanks for your time, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks,
Talk to you later.
Alex.
Fitzy and Whipper.
You would have had a great weekend, a few beers, I would dare say, Friday night if you were Lance Buddy Franklin. It was one of the greatest sporting moments in Australian history. I mean, he's the 6th ever AFL footballer to kick 1,000 goals.
Many say it won't happen again.
This is the thing, it'll never happen again. The way that the game's played now, no one will kick another 1,000 goals, and I don't think anyone will kick 100 goals in a season, and that's really the only time in the AFL game where fans get to run out onto the ground. There was a lot of controversy leading up to it because the AFL said... They initially said, we don't want you to run out. No one's allowed to run out into the ground. When you tell people not to do it...
Don't do that.
I could not believe, though, and Leno, you were there at the game. You were there, I think Ted was playing at half-time, but you weren't there for the moment, were you?
I did everything to try and get Ted to hang around.
Mate, if that was my kid, I would have strapped him to the fence and said, you're not moving.
It was
You
10,
left?
It was 9:45.
No.
And I've even fed him with lemonade at 9:45 at night, trying to get him to hang in there. He was just burnt out, the poor kid.
Leave him.
I almost thought about just putting a shirt over his head and trying to get him to sleep. So we had to get out of there.
So how, like, because this is a great story to tell, but how far off do you reckon you were from one of the greatest sporting moments?
Extraordinary. And you know what?
20 minutes?
Well,
10
Leno
minutes?
came to say good day before the game.
Yeah.
We were sitting in that pocket where he kicked it.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you see the guy,
Yep.
before he even kicks the ball, that first bloke that almost gets to him as it leaves his boot,
Yes.
we were sitting right on that fence line. And with the action would have been there. And then I had to go home and watch it on TV.
Where were you in the Oval?
I was at the other end, the same side, but
Okay.
the other 50. So we had a fair old run
Right.
to get there. And in all honesty, as much as it was amazing, I didn't see a single Sydney Swans player.
No,
Just all people.
too far away.
Mate, but the idea that after about 15 minutes when he's there and he's on the ground, he's still smiling, you know, he's done it. Then you could see a bit of change in his face. It was like, is there any plan for me to get off the ground? Can anybody help me here?
Yeah, I'm
Security,
amazed
where are you?
that they
Where are
could
you?
get everyone back off.
Oh,
and
so
then
was I,
resume the game.
Sans.
That blows my mind.
And the rain had settled in.
Oh, forget it.
Well, there was a lot of controversy yesterday, which I think, look, no one got hurt, which was great. They said there was only 9 police and there was something like 23 security guards. Matty DeGroot, you were working on the night.
Yeah, they did not expect, I think, the 30,000 people going onto the ground.
No.
Because
Yeah,
when
that's
Buddy
scary.
Franklin did it in 95, and it was been 30 years since, there was a couple of hundred people that wanted to get around him.
Yeah.
And they ushered them off pretty quickly once those people either got their high five or didn't.
That was Plugger, sorry,
Yeah.
not Buddy Franklin.
Sorry, yeah, plugs. What they didn't expect was the fact that every single person there pretty much wanted to get on the ground. And then once they were on it, they just wanted to hang on the ground.
I was really surprised. Like, I didn't want to be the guy sitting at home going, God, where is security? Because I want the freedom of being able to run onto the field, and I want that celebration to take place. But I was watching it going, a couple of the Swans boys tried to get around him at the start.
Yeah.
But after that, I would have thought if I was Buddy Franklin, I'd be going, guys, is anybody here to help?
Yeah, but see, this
Yeah.
is the other thing as well. No one's out there to hurt him or anything like that. This is, and do you know what? Some of the photos that came out are some of the greatest photos you'll ever see. One that I put up on Twitter, that a guy was in the right place at the right time, and it looks like the sea of crowd that's out in the oval then goes up into the stands. It looks like there's 100,000 people there.
Yeah.
And in the middle, just raised up out of all of it, is Buddy with a smile on his face.
Sensational.
What would have been very awkward, though, because they started running on as he was running in to kick.
Yeah.
He kicks that one behind. All of a sudden,
I know.
there's 20,000 people going, I think we should
Yeah, part of me wanted him to hit the post.
So there was a couple of weird things that happened. One, there was a family that took out a picnic rug and set up a picnic on the wing
Funny.
of the oval, which was quite funny.
Yep.
Zach Tui from the opposition team Geelong, he was trying to get off the ground, and he's cleaned this bloke up. Like, this guy's had his head
Oh,
head
no.
down. I think he just started running. This guy had his head down, and Zach's hit him. And then this guy's ran to get to Buddy as quick as he can. And Zach Tui was talking about it after the game. He left something behind.
Buddy cleaned each other up, and there was a bit of a head clash as well. But he apologised, and as he stood up and ran off, I could see his keys and phone on the ground. And I thought, well, it's just about as bad as it gets, losing your phone and keys. So I picked it up and chased after him and kind of grabbed him by the collar to give him back his keys. And I think he thought I was there he kind of looked at me like I was going after him. But
What a good
Oh,
bloke.
yeah, lovely.
What a good bloke.
How good was that?
Did you see the photo that was taken? And it's from behind the goals, and it's a professional photo. It's from behind the goals at ground level. So as Buddy's running into kick, you can see the crowd sprinting towards him. It's just an amazing photo. It was a phenomenal moment.
This was the other one that, when we spoke about this on our show a couple of weeks ago, this was the big one. So Matthew Richardson was out there in the middle of the
Yes.
ground. He was a commentator, and he ran into a woman. Have a listen to this.
The lady came up to me and she said, we've just sprinkled some relatives' ashes in the middle of the SCG. And I sort of didn't know what to say. And then this is what happened.
A woman went out into the middle of the ground and spread ashes in the middle of the pitch, in the guts there, where they actually throw the ball up.
I guess that's the problem, aside from the security risk for the players, which, as you say, can probably defend
Oh, the
themselves better than the punter.
groundskeepers.
The things that would have been done to the ground just so people can say they did.
Oh, that is, to say that you've spread a relative's ashes on Buddy's 1,000th goal in the middle of the SCG.
Yeah, when
is
Ted played in Auskick.
No, not so much. He wasn't there. He'd gone home.
You couldn't pay to do that.
Nah.
No.
It's a great thought.
To spread ashes mid-game.
No. But just
At
if
all.
you tried to organise ashes to be spread, the centre square, right, of the
When you-
SCG.
When you think about it, it's
Pretty good.
It's unbelievable.
Pretty good.
I'd do that for you, Leno.
Actually, quite envious.
I would do that. I could do that for you too if you guys want to.
Fitzy and Whipper.